we are different in the way that we're creative, but we get paid for this creativity.
A lot of people, they only have one way of operating when it comes to loans. They think, oh, I have to go to a bank or I have to go to a hedge fund. As mortgage brokers, it's our job to understand all of the options out there available to our clients for financing.
I think that's the main thing, just knowing who the lenders are and knowing who will actually fund these hard situations.
Why? Because the other 10 hard money lenders, they can't find the solution because they're not creative enough. And that's what makes us unique and special.
You know, the easy loans, anyone could take that to any lender.
We want to help people that have problems.
But the hard ones, those are the best ones in my personal opinion, because if all these guys can't do it, someone's gonna fund on it. It might as well be you.
You're making $100,000 a deal, that's not a nice commission? It is a nice commission.
Very nice.
When I started, all I was doing is just building connections. Like I was connecting with everyone out there. Why? Because I was hungry for connections. Everybody around me in my old office, they all had connections with investors, with borrowers, realtors. I didn't know nobody, so I had to catch up. And the game of catching up can take years, can take months or weeks. It depends on you. You need to be hungry for these connections and the information. That's why you need to prospect all the time.
There's so many lenders out there, there's so many hedge funds and private institutions out there to contact. Me personally, I just contact as many of them as possible and try to find a lender that will fund my borrowers' deals. I think that's the main thing, just knowing who the lenders are and knowing who will actually fund these hard situations. They're gonna get funded one way or another. It's up to you to be creative and find that solution for them.
Why? Because the other 10 hard money lenders, they can't find the solution because they're not creative enough. So our job is to be creative enough to actually fund the deal. That's where we make money on. If you don't need to be creative on a deal, then they're gonna go to our competition, which is a hedge fund most likely. They don't need to be creative at all, and it's like a mainstream hard money. They're gonna fund it, they're gonna pay 1 point or 2 points, and that's it. We are different in the way that we're creative, but we get paid for this creativity.
A lot of people, they only have one way of operating when it comes to loans. They think, oh, I have to go to a bank, or I have to go to a hedge fund, or I have to go to a private lender. They only have like one solution for their problems. Whereas mortgage brokers, it's our job to understand all of the options out there available to our clients for financing. There's conventional banks, there's small community banks, there's private money lenders, there's hard money lenders, and there's national hedge funds. And based on the client's situation, their experience, their credit, the property, the location, the timing of the close, the leverage that they need, the terms that they're looking for, you want to be able to make a quick decision and place them with the right investor to fund their deal.
What I want to do with you to make us like the lions that we are, we're not part of the hard money world that we have right now in the industry because they're all in the mainstream hard money. 99% are hedge funds and they're all structured in a way like this, regulations, guidelines. We don't have any guidelines. This is our guidelines right here, our brains.
If you're a client and you're just looking to get a loan by yourself and you're just shopping to different lenders, well, you don't really know all the lenders that well. You're kind of just guessing. And even the loan officers at these national hedge funds, they have specific boxes that they have to fit your loan in. If that box doesn't fit, they just decline your loan, right? Whereas a mortgage broker, we don't have a box. We have different boxes that we know in different ways that we can structure your loan so that it makes sense and get you the financing that you need.
And if we know the competition, we know investors, we know the challenges, we know how to put things together, and we're working as a team, that's going to be a winning situation. Because you're going to bring a deal that you think that you can't fund. You're going to bring it to Johnny. Johnny might find a solution. If he doesn't find a solution, you bring it to me. Maybe I'm not going to find a solution, but you know what? Maybe Raz's going to find a solution. Maybe Greg will going to find a solution.
Being creative is the fact of us knowing who, out of all the connections that we have, is going to be able to fund that deal for us.
Who knows who's going to find a solution? When you work as a team, we help each other. Each and every one of us making different calls to different people every day. We have different answers, we have different information, we have different connections, but we share it together.
We function best as a team. Like, it's really important, the people you surround yourself with, one, are positive and motivated, but two, everyone knows different investors. Everyone has different relationships. I've been in this business for a couple of years. I have a ton of relationships, and a lot of times people on my team come to me on a deal that they're stuck with, and they can't fund the deal because of their current network. And many times, more than not, I'll come up with a quick solution, and I'll say, hey, call this person, because I know this person will like that deal, right? So that's the benefit of working with the team, is you have other people that can help you fund deals that you can't fund on your own, or they might see something that you don't see on your own. That's why it was a huge benefit for me to have a mentor in Yanni, because when I started out, I didn't know what I was doing, but when I would bring him deals, he would see things that I couldn't see. He would prevent me from wasting time on bad deals. And then I would think it's a bad deal, and he'd say, no, this is actually a good deal, let's fund it. So that's why it's really important to have a team and also have mentorship, so you can learn and use their connections to get your deals funded.
And that's what makes us unique and special, that we share all this information together, so whenever we have a deal that we're having challenges with, we can find a solution because we have a lot of pieces of information to put together. We want to help people that have problems.
When it comes to being creative with a particular scenario, it's just the fact that we first have to review the scenario ourselves, think outside the box and see what else is out there, or who specifically about lenders who can finance those type of scenarios.
Victoria, you have the challenges of this person that have no experience. Okay, there are lenders that are gonna do no experience. We just need to find them.
We don't have them in-house. We have to get on the phones and start making calls, looking for these type of investors that are interested in those specific scenarios.
Offer them maybe a higher rate, tease them a little bit, because they all work with money.
One of the very first things that Yanni taught me was, Johnny, if you can find the investors that no one else has, if you have knowledge that no one else has, you can make the most money in this business. You can make more money than anybody.
And the guy that you have right now, it's a new connection, is in Texas. Wow, I live close by this property. I know the area very well. I'm willing to take a risk, not for 12%, maybe for 14, 15%, but I'll do the deal for you. And guess what? Now, instead of you charging 2 points, you're gonna charge 4 points. And it's gonna be okay with the borrower because nobody else is being creative enough to bring this particular investor to fund your deal.
We gotta do our homework on it, right?
That's where we'll make money. That's why people come to me here in LA. Because I have connections with people that they know how to put it together.
I'm thinking of a recent one that we funded for $5 million. It took me 2 phone calls to figure out which person was gonna fund that deal. Did that deal take me 2 phone calls to fund? No, it took me 2 years and 2 phone calls to fund, because the past 2 years, I've been spending time on the phone and in person building relationships with people who have money that can fund these types of deals and getting to know them and what they like and what they don't like. So I don't have to spend 6 hours on Google searching or cold calling different companies. I already know which investors like to fund which type of deals. The money is in the knowledge and knowing who can fund what deals and who can't. So you can act fast and get deals done, because time kills all deals, but it requires creativity.
I always tease them. If they want 12%, I offer them 14, 15, 16, 17, 18%, whatever it takes for you to fund the deal, because I know that nobody else can do this deal.
The easy loans, anyone could take that to any lender, but the hard ones, those are the best ones in my personal opinion, because if all these guys can't do it, someone's gonna fund on it. It might as well be you. That's why you gotta be creative. You gotta find the right hedge fund or private investor to fund these deals, because there's someone out there that wants that high interest rate. There's millionaires out there that want your 14, 16% return.
I want to do it because I want to charge 4 or 5 points on it. All the loans we do is in the millions. You're making $100,000 a deal. That's not a nice commission. It is a nice commission.
Very nice.
This property that you have, the guy with no experience. What state is it?
I have one in Kentucky right now.
Now you go to Kentucky area, I'm sure there's a lot of millionaires out there, and reach out to them. Listen, I have great opportunity for you, 100% guaranteed by real estate. I'm gonna show them the way it works. If you need me, I'm gonna jump on a call with some people to put some more confidence in them. But we gotta bring those private people. That's the only way we can make money. Listen, you're not gonna be able to trust on all the other hedge funds like that, because they're very strict. They have guidelines.
If you're a client and you're just looking to get a loan by yourself and you're just shopping to different lenders, well, you don't really know all the lenders that well. You're kind of just guessing. And even the loan officers at these national hedge funds, they have specific boxes that they have to fit your loan in.
That's the way they work.
If that box doesn't fit, they just decline your loan, right? Whereas a mortgage broker, we don't have a box. We have different boxes that we know in different ways that we can structure your loan so that it makes sense and get you the financing that you need.
When we have a client that has been financed by another hard money lender, the best thing to do also is to call them, those hard money lenders, and find out how they work. How is it that they were able to help this client?
Of course. Man, you always find out new clients like that. Anything help. You gotta be open-minded, you gotta be teachable, you gotta want the information, you gotta want to have these new connections. We gotta be creative, we gotta get those people that are willing to be creative because they don't have any guidelines, it's their money. I'm gonna stop. Wrap it up.